Instagram and TikTok populate, I'm going to tell you guys that today was a good day. And I think it's always very important to get in rooms where you're not the biggest fish and you can learn from bigger fish. So I think that that's something that's very important. And that's something I did today. So I'm glad I did that. Anyway, so let's get into it. For today, today is day 5 of my journey from $10,000 to $20,000 a month to $100,000 a month wholesaling. So a quick recap of today was my promise was 10 live seller conversations, 5 offers, 2 text blasts to agents for 2 different deals. And what actually happened is I did the 10 live conversations. I had 5 offers, and I finished up sending the text blast just recently. So I completed everything today. So I fully kept my promise today. No new contracts yet, no revenue today, but it was a real deal day, and the boxes got checked, right? So in today's numbers, as I mentioned, it was all about calling people and getting people on the phone. What happened was today was a very interesting day because, um, hey Hanini, I'm good. Hey man, I'm good. Today was a very interesting day because I had a difficult seller conversation, and I used controlled, powerful confrontation. So I think that the big lesson was today that sometimes sellers are not easy to talk to. Sometimes they could be short with you. They could say things that like try to get you off, off the call and stuff. And I think the goal is just to be that person that can continue the conversation with good energy, so that they come around. And so that's what I did today. From the very beginning, the seller was short, and it was a seller that had previously offered him a something, and he declined it, right? And so I called him. I texted him saying that I had this new offer that could net him more in his pocket, and he could close faster. And basically, what I did is that I just gave him the same offer with but a little bit higher. And so anyway, so we played that game of like, he was like, "Oh, you called me," and I was like, "Well, no, you filled out my form and you want to sell, so tell me how much you're looking to get for it." So I brought him. He was at 250. I brought him down all the way to 220, and yeah, there might be a chance that I bring him down some more. He's getting currently a payoff statement for me because he he says that there's 2 mortgages on the house when I only see 1. And so in my eyes, he's making a ton of profit on this deal, and it's an inherited property. And so anyway, I think that the goal is always just to have a win-win situation. Like, you want the seller to play ball too. And so that's what I got him to do. And so we had a conversation, and now he's getting the payoff statement. We're going to talk tomorrow. So I think it's interesting that that some things can work out, with a little bit of with some confrontation. As long as you move the conversation forward, I think that it's a good thing. And so segment number 3 for today is basically I had a call with the Level Up REI founder, Chandler Slane. Um, you know the big piece was that he's helped 40 plus people hit $100,000 a month. And so it was great to talk to him. I wanted to bring some value, so I gave him some of my little golden nuggets that I learned throughout, from different uh, places, different school communities and stuff, etc. So he was very happy with one of them. He said he wrote it down. He was gonna actually act on it, so that was cool. Um, and he gave me some tips. So I mentioned that some of my deals, they're basically I get a lot of low equity, sometimes, because in my TikTok ad it says like, oh, we'll even pay your next month's mortgage, and so I think that may be attracting some sellers that have no equity in their mortgage and maybe are behind on payments. But what he said is that what I can do is I can, in the lead form, I can set that that I can you know, ask them how much equity or how long they've owned the property for, and so that allows the us to filter out if it's a qualified lead, right? We want someone that has owned the property for more than 3 years, right? So there's some equity in the property, and so that was cool. And they also there was more people on the call, but there was some other golden nuggets that they shared, which was, they use a like a holiday text, which is like, hey, it's the holiday, and we're you know we found this offer that like we have this new offer that allows you to net more money and close faster. And so, just using the holidays as well as a reason to text the sellers and tell them that you want to give them an offer, is a good thing that has worked for some people in the community, and I think it would work for me. So that's great. um, Now, another thing that we talked about is like in my personal journey, right? Right now, I'm acquisitions, dispo, and TC, right? And so um, it's I think what he said is the next step for me is to hire someone who does follow up, admin, and dispo as a hybrid assistant. So right now I have a someone that's helping me set some deals. So I have a setter who's becoming a closer. So he's working on that. So and so with me hiring this new person that helps with follow up, admin, and dispo, I can unload a lot of my plate and I can focus on acquisitions more. And so that's going to bring more revenue to the company. So that's, I think, my next hire. Um, and so that's what my next hire could be. Or I can try to outsource, not outsource, but hire someone, outsource acquisitions, and then I go into dispositions only, right? And so, but I think I'd be probably be better off doing acquisitions. So we'll see about that. Um, but a good thing is that a benchmark, is that a good acquisitions rep could make the company $1 million, and so that's a really good standard that is put, because if it's possible, it's definitely something that is doable by me or by someone else on my team. So the goal is to definitely hire someone that is a top closer. And the last thing is, I watched some videos from this group with previous students that have scaled, from 9 to 75,000 a month in 90 days. And something I learned was that, one guy said, one state, one channel, and one title company. And I just thought that was like the most magical thing you could have, anyone could have said. So yeah, I think that was great. Um, and I think I'm going to do that. So I'm based in North Miami, Florida, and and I've done deals in Florida, and it's my backyard, So I think that I am going to pick up Central Florida. I've been looking into some counties that have high price points and low days on market, so I think I'm going to be targeting those. Um, so yeah, I think that's my goal. I'm going to continue using TikTok as the main channel, Florida as the main state, and then narrow down to the best counties and price points and days on market, and just have one title company that handles all my transactions, so I don't have to deal with different people, and I already build a relationship with them. And that's pretty much it. So last thing for today is my tomorrow's 100K promise. I'm gonna keep it input based again. So it's gonna be 10 live seller conversations, 5 written offers, 5 offers. Reach out to more agents and buyers on my my current two deals, yeah, just reach out to more agents and buyers on the current Boone Bill deal. So yeah, that's what my promise for tomorrow is. And yeah, I that's pretty much it. So when I'm finishing up calling some leads right now in my CRM, and when I hit that, when I finish them up, I'm gonna be setting up the campaigns for Florida and starting up the ads. So um, they also told me that to make 100,000 a month, I you know um, I might have to be spending like 15 to $20,000 a month, in marketing. I guess that's like a 4x. So if I'm able to do it with less, hopefully I can spend maybe 5 or 10. You know, I think I could swing that, right? So um, that's that's the goal. So but yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you want to watch the real journey from $10,000 to $20,000 a month, to $100,000 a month wholesaling with actual numbers, not just hype. Follow and subscribe and turn on notifications for day 6. And if you're already doing $50,000 months wholesaling and you're open to a 20-minute, conversation or an interview or podcast with, sharing what's working, DM me 50K and I'll reach out to you. We've interviewed people like great people like Pace Morby, Ryan Pineda, Jamil Damji, um, Steve Drang, several people that are huge in the wholesale space and also in the real estate space and too. So yeah, so just reach out if anyone else on the call has has a question, just DM me on Instagram. I always read my DMs and I get back to them. So if you have any questions, just you know reach out and I'll answer those. I'll answer your questions. So that's pretty much it. I hope you guys have a good day and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.